My name is Stephen Mathis. I'm an American who has never left the United States before. But in the summer of 2016, I was able to go to Japan and experience a life outside the United States. I traveled to historic cities, rode on more trains than I can count, ate a ton of new kinds of food, but more importantly, I saw what life was like outside the United States. So join me as I show you my trip to Japan. This is 2 weeks in Japan, an American's adventure. This time around we're talking about the city of Kyoto. Kyoto was the former capital of Japan, and a city that is heavily influenced by Buddhism. The differences between it and Ise, which you can see more in another video here, are very apparent. Ise favors the natural wood colors, the simple shrine construction, and the greens of the forests. Kyoto, on the other hand, has a much more elaborate and decorative feel to it. The shrines and temples are almost all painted, some in brilliant red, others in stained wood colors, and even one so elaborate that the designer had it completely covered in gold. The former imperial palace is also located in Kyoto, and we had the good fortune to be able to tour it. While we couldn't really go inside the structure, it was what I would expect a Japanese castle to be like. There are huge courtyards that lead to various buildings for housing guests, and the emperor himself, along with his family. I love Kyoto because it was so dense with temples and history. You could take a quick 5-minute taxi ride, and suddenly you were at yet another temple, all of which had their unique styles and aesthetics. In one we visited, we saw a Zen garden that Steve Jobs himself visited and drew inspiration from when it came to coming up with the ideas for Apple and the simplicity of the designs he would make. Apart from the temples, there were also a ton of side streets that featured little shops, food places, and it felt like you had fallen back in time to early Japan, aside from all the modern dress and selfie sticks you saw around. Kyoto was very tourist heavy, but it was amazing to see all the huge temples built all around the city. I am incredibly jealous of those who live there and get to see them every day. I couldn't take my eyes off all the interesting architecture and colors, and it's a must-see if you are traveling to Japan for the first time. I hope you enjoyed this video highlighting the cool places around Kyoto. Though it got really hot on account of the summer weather, it was unlike anything I have ever seen. America is only a few hundred years old, but places like Ise and Kyoto have stood for over 1,000 years. That deep level of history is an amazing thing to absorb. I hope you get to see it sometime, and join me next time when we talk about the museums I was able to go to during my trip. See you next time.